What's up, Metal Brother and Scotanic One, coming at you again live from the dungeon with part 8 of the lengthy Danzig discography review. Now, before I really go into the record, which was also produced by Glenn Danzig, this was on, I believe, the Spitfire Records label and come out in 2002, but yet again, there was another bit of a lineup change. There's, of course, Glenn on vocals, still with Joey Castillo on drums, and now there's the addition of Howie Pyro on bass and Todd Youth on guitar. And that record is this one, Danzig VII Iluciferi. Hopefully I pronounced that right. This was definitely Danzig's big return to form. Sounds a lot more like the classic stuff that he did with, Chuck Biscuits, John Christ, Eerie Vaughn. Definitely more akin to what was going on with the classic Danzig lineup. Of course, like I said, from here on out, Glenn produces all the records. So, that being said, let's go ahead and dive into some tracks. It has a really eerie, ambient sounding opener called Unendlich. Hopefully, I pronounced that right. It's alright. It's okay for an intro, just kind of gives you a little ambience music. But then you get into songs like Black Mass. Black Mass is an amazing song. Definitely worth the price of admission on this one. Then you get songs like Wicked Pussycat, which is the one of the singles off this record that I just thought was an amazing song. Had a really cool video if you're into that whole porn stars walking around on all fours with leathery cat outfits on it. Then you get into songs like Kiss the Skull, which is another one of my favorites off this record, the second single. They almost named this album after that track. I don't know why they didn't. This does sound kind of lame for an album title, but whatever. Amazing track. Check it out if you have it. Iluciferi, the title track, is another really great one off here. Then you got The Coldest Sun, which is a very gothy, doomy sounding song. Glenn's vocals are great on here. And then the closer, Without Light I Am. Amazing, amazing stuff. Definitely another one of my favorites off this album. I'm so glad that, they kind of did another departure when it comes to this record, because the new metal sound that was going on Danzig 6 was welcome compared to what was going on Danzig 5 Black Acid Devil, but not much. That being said, the thing with Danzig, especially in his latter years, he tried to evolve the sound so much, and it varied so much on these latter year discs that it was kind of hard to keep up with it all. He went from industrial to a new metal sound, and he still had little elements of that new metal sound on this disc, but it didn't dominate the disc like it did on Danzig 6. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and rate Danzig 7 for you. I think this is a solid disc. It's definitely a return to form for Danzig. Danzig 7, I'm definitely going to give a 4 out of 5. Like I said, it's, still experimental. Glenn really likes to experiment with his music. He tries to take from so many different things and put them under the Danzig banner that sometimes it's hit, sometimes it's miss. It's definitely a hit with this record. I like this record personally. I was really excited for it when it came out back in 2002, especially after the big debacle that was Danzig's 5 and 6. Anyway, that being said, I say that a lot in these vids. I'm sorry for that, guys, but it's just, how I talk. Don't like it? Don't fucking watch my videos. 4 out of 5. Danzig 7. Definitely worth your time. Definitely worth your money. If you can pick it up in a discounted rack, awesome. But I don't think it's that expensive anymore on Amazon. Check it out. I don't know. I bought mine the week it came out, as I did a lot of the stuff with Danzig. But you know what? That's just me being a fan of this band and a fan of Glenn Danzig in particular. But go ahead. Let me know what you think. Go ahead, hit me up down here in the comments. like, subscribe, whatever you want to do, and I will catch you here at the ass end of the Glenn Danzig discography review of his solo band Danzig. So stay tuned, metal brethren. See you soon.